What's going on, you guys? What's going on? What is going on, you guys? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 17, Episode 10. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, y'all. So, what's the tea, y'all? Listen, we already here. I at least tried to start on time. Now, listen. Y'all know we were supposed to have 4 lives today, but because that damn Justice League reunion live went on for a mighty long time, it went past 2 hours, I decided to push that other live that I was supposed to do today back till tomorrow. So y'all didn't miss it. I didn't do it today, but it will be done on tomorrow at some point. I got it set for noon, but just depending on what time I wake up, it could be pushed back. But yeah. But yes, we're here and we're queer. It's Happy Pride Month. All of those different things. Okay. What else is going on here? The Whether You Like It or Not panel is tomorrow, and it will be over on Giving You the Real Teas platform on tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in for that. We will be over there at T's house tomorrow night. Okay. Let's see. Anything else in between Bell Collective and Love and Marriage Chunksville will be something like, it could be my members only live that I'm talking about doing this week. It could be like some news or some gossip or some deep dives or some music stuff. You know, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to put in these slots now that everything else is over with. You feel what I'm saying? So we're going to figure it all out. Don't you worry. We're going to figure it out. The Justice League live was a great live. Yes, it was. It was a great live. We haven't all been live, all 7 of us being live at the same time in a mighty long time, and that it was amazing. And we were even talking backstage, but I had to go. I had to leave all of a sudden because my computer was literally on 5%, so I had to hurry up and X out and stuff because I needed this laptop to charge a bit so I can have the battery for this damn review. So I had to go on and get on up out of there. Thank you. Oh, there go Kat. We had such a great time. Love hanging with my fam. Absolutely. Love the outfit, Scotty. Thank you. It's you like this? It's pretty chill and ain't really nothing I put no thought into. You know, it's just something that I just threw together today because I ain't been nowhere. I ain't been outside this house. Only came outside one damn time, and that is it. Okay, that's it, and that is all, y'all. Let me see. Let me see. Scotty, I thought you were actually going to review a reunion. What reunion? I enjoyed everyone on the panel. Thank you. Listen, I see we only have one mod up in here, and that is Christopher Laws. So this is what I need from this lone moderator here. It's 90 of you guys up in here so far. So you guys already know what it is. We need the moderator to make sure the chat is clean, make sure that there's no idiots in the chat, make sure everybody is respectfully giving their opinions, make sure that there's healthy dialogue but not disrespectful dialogue. And also, for those of you that think they're going to come up in here and disrespect me, you just might be timed out. But if I ask them not to time you out, they just might not time you out, okay? But anyway, anyhow, y'all also know to leave fire emojis in the chat as well as we go into this 5-minute mark. Go ahead and leave these fire emojis in the chat. We're almost 100 in at 5 minutes, okay? 2, 1. There we go. 100 of y'all up in here. If it's 100 of y'all up in here watching, it needs to be 100 of y'all up in here engaging because it is the year of engagement. So let's go ahead and get into this damn review. I want to say that this episode was pretty good. This season is good. I don't care what nobody say. You can like who you don't like. You can dislike who you like. You can do whatever you want to. But this season is good, and the cast works really well together, and that's it. That's all. I don't care what nobody got to say about that. Okay, do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? So we're gonna open this thing up with Pinky. Now, Pinky, with everything that she got going on from the whole bankruptcy situations to everything that's going on with her restaurant. She is now trying to put together a pilot for a scripted series that she wants to put together, y'all. And it's called Edgewood, and she wants Naturi Naughton to play her. Now, for those of you who are probably new to the game, or those of you who are very young, you might not know who Naturi is. But Naturi was in 3LW, okay? Not only was she in 3LW, she was in the movie Fame. She played Lil' Kim in the Notorious movie, and she also is best known as Tasha on Power. And one thing about Naturi and me is this. I've always rooted for Naturi all the time. I've always wanted her to win, and I've always wanted her to be bigger and better than 3LW, because this ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but when I was growing up, Naturi was always my favorite girl in the group. I don't know why she was, but she was my favorite girl in the group, and I liked her voice better than everybody else's voice. Like when she was singing on Players Gonna Play, I'm like, oh, she sings better than them both of them other girls, okay? Why she not singing lead? You feel what I'm saying? Because she told Players Gonna Play the fuck up, and I don't care who disagrees. She definitely tore it up. Tore it in the frame, okay? So to see her now and the things that she's been doing, I really, really love that. And they were talking about budgeting and how everything is going with the budget and all of that different stuff. And it looks like everybody is on the same page at this moment and shit like that, right? So to me, it's like, okay, you know, she was talking about being an entrepreneur is not always fun and games, is this, is that. It's also a lot of things that's going on. So to me, I feel exactly what Pinky is saying. It's not always fun and games as an entrepreneur. And people be making entrepreneurship look like it's something that you can get off the rip and all of those different things. It's not always fun. And it's not always the easiest thing to do. I think that being an entrepreneur versus working a 9-to-5, entrepreneurship is even harder to do, because it's like you got to work 24 hours a day because it's your business. So it comes across like that is more harder than, you know, punching a clock every day. But the big ups about the entrepreneurship is that this is your business and you have free range to do whatever you want to do. You don't have to answer to nobody. You only answer to yourself. Everybody else answers to you. You feel what I'm saying? So, and sometimes I be feeling like I need to, this is the thing that I be feeling about my YouTube platform. I be saying that sometimes I feel like if my YouTube platform was even bigger than what it is right now, which I feel like it can be, but if it was bigger than what it is right now, I think that I would be in good hands, because I don't like answering to people. I hate my job. I don't like doing what the fuck they tell me to do. I can't stand the job. I don't give a fuck about the job. I don't really care about the skill set of the job, because it's not something that I care about, and it's not something that I want to do. But, you know, I keep it because of the benefits of it all. You know, that's why I'm still there for another year, so I can get my pension. But I like the fact that Pinky does, while she's telling a story, she also schools us about business and things like in entrepreneurship. And I love that. So shout out to Pinky. And I hope she get this scripted series off the ground. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the fake 4+ Cynthia. So we got Cynthia, Angela, Drew, Porsha, and Phaedra. Everybody's going over to Lake Bailey, and we meet Prince. Now, Prince is this younger man that Cynthia has been dating now for the past 2 years. And to be honest, Cynthia seems happy. And I don't think that Cynthia is rushing to get married. I don't think that Cynthia is rushing to get engaged. And I don't think that she should. I mean, Cynthia been married, what, 3 times? Was it 3 times? Or was it 2 times? Was it? It was 2 times, right? She got married to Peter and she got married to Mike. And I don't think she was married before then. I think she was engaged before then, but I don't think she was married before then. But we've seen Cynthia get married twice. And I just think that she is just happy. And a lot of times people put so much bank on marriage. Oh, you need to get married. Oh my God, you need to get married. All this other shit. And you really don't need that. You don't need to be married to be happy. You know, even with me, like, people have been asking me this over the last 4-5 months. Tell me something. How do you feel about marriage? I'm not thinking about getting married right now. Like, say, you know, I'm not thinking about that. I'm happy where I am and all the other stuff, but I'm not thinking about getting married right now. You know, that's not on my to-do list at this moment. Let me be happy with the situation that I'm in right now before I'm talking about getting married, okay? And listen, it's only beneficial for about 5 months. So it's just like, girl, come on now. But either way, she seems happy and he seems to make her happy. And that's all that really matters. Like, regardless of how I felt about Cynthia in the past, I do love to see her smiling and I love to see her happy. And I think that's what people like Cynthia absolutely deserves. Okay. So after we all meet Prince, they all go sit down on the couch and they, have conversation. Cynthia and Porsha, they discussed the dinner that they had with K. Michelle. And and Cynthia says, me and Pinky brought them together so they can talk. And we really wanted them to move past their issues so we can move forward as a group. And then Porsha says, it went well. We both agreed that we will talk to the other if we have an issue with one another. But the thing about this plot situation is we still are trying to figure out this plot that she made up in her head. And we're trying to figure out where it's coming from because the reason why she's having issues with the women in the group is because of the fact that she's talking about this plot that someone told her about. And we still don't know who told her about the plot. And so that's when Angela comes in and she says that my discernment tells me that Shamia did it. Your discernment don't tell you shit. Your feeling is you want it to be Shamia so you can have another reason to drag her. I'm sorry. This whole Shamia and Angela of it all is getting on my nerves, and it got on my nerves on both ends on this episode. Now, we ain't got to Shamia yet, so I'm here talking about Angela right now. I'm over it. I don't know why you so pressed and so on Shamia's pussy the way that you are, but you doing way too much and you're fucking pressed because you want it to be Shamia. Like, literally, you want it to be. And my thing about it is, let me just ask this question. Even if Shamia was giving information or carrying bones, what's it to you? Ain't that's what the fuck you do on a daily basis? So why is it that you're trying to pounce on a person for carrying bones when you always do it? You do it all the motherfucking time. And no one says anything about it. So what we doing? You want to call a bitch out for doing the same thing you be doing? Angela, please. Okay. But anyway, where we at? So then Angela says that Shamia's been outside. She says that whenever Charles is out, he sees Shamia and he calls her and tells her, hey, I saw Shamia, blah, 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 blah. But my thing is, if Shamia's outside and Charles is seeing Shamia, then Charles is outside too. Ain't he outside just like she is? So, I mean, what he calling telling you what the fuck she doing for? If she outside, this nigga outside too. What the fuck they say about your husband? You feel what I'm saying? And then she starts, as she starts going in about that, Porsha excuses herself. Now, this is what kills me with people, right? People are saying that, oh my God, I respect Porsha so much for not engaging in this conversation. She did that shit for the cameras. I don't been more believe that she don't talk about Shamia like a dog when the cameras ain't rolling. I promise you, I bet she do. And I bet she gives her 2 cents into these conversations when the cameras ain't on. But while the camera's on, she gonna, I plead the fifth and gonna walk the fuck away like she don't be saying shit. Girl, please. Hey, and Dario, girl, get the fuck out of here. Like, Porsha don't fool me. She can fool all of y'all with a good looks and a big ass, but she don't fool me at all. I've been more believe that she knows about this conversation. They've been talking about this shit before they brought it to the camera, and she just didn't want to be on the camera talking about it because she didn't want to look bad. And honestly, that's smart of her to do because she knows she got the audience in the palm of her hand. She already know that. But, I guess she don't get no cool points from me for that. So then Angela says that Shamia is cheating on her husband with a Braves player, a Falcons player, and all this other stuff. So that's when the producer asked her, do you really believe that Shamia is cheating on her husband? And she was like, I don't want to say that because she's married, but yes, I believe it. I got reason to believe it, and I got reason to believe the person that told me. Why do you have reason to believe the person that told you, Angela? Why? Why do you believe the person that told you? Why? You only believe it because it's Shamia. If somebody came to you and told you that Drew was fucking around on Ralph while she was still married to Ralph, you wouldn't believe that. You only believe in it because it's Shamia. Angela full of shit. She is. I don't give a fuck about a fan club. She full of shit, and she just as pressed as everybody else is on this damn show. Angela is annoying. So then Cynthia gets a text message, and it seems like Phaedra is also on this text message. And apparently Shamia invites them to Gerald's surprise party. But apparently she invited Dennis to the party too. My thing is, Shamia, why in the fuck are you inviting Dennis to this party? Once again, you're giving Porsha ammo to look good, because you didn't invite her to your husband's party, although she invited you to her dinner party. And then not only do you not invite Porsha, but then you turn around and you want to invite Dennis. I'm trying to understand what's the point of you inviting Dennis. But I feel like the reason why you invited Dennis was to be petty. That's what you did it for. And once again, it don't look good for you. The same way it don't look good for Angela to be panini pressed by you in these particular moments. It don't look good for you to be doing that. Because why are you sitting up here inviting Dennis to this fucking party? I thought that was fucking strange. And to be quite honest, I got an ex-friend, right? Now, I'm not even cool with the ex-friend or they damn man. But my thing is, say for instance, if I was still cool with the man and not the ex-friend, personally, I wouldn't have invited him. I just personally would not have. I wouldn't have invited the friend. Only because it's only going to look bad on my end, because it's going to be like I'm being messy. Because it just, the optics of it just don't look good. I wouldn't have invited Dennis. And on top of that, you invited Dennis before you invited everybody else in the group. So it looks weird. So I personally wouldn't have invited Dennis. It just don't look good. But then again, just like y'all saying, Dennis and Gerald are cool. I mean, I get it, but Gerald can invite him. I'm not inviting him. But then again, it's a surprise party for Gerald. But y'all got to understand, it don't look good for Shamia to invite Dennis and not Porsha. Now, I get why she ain't inviting Porsha, because she don't fuck with Porsha. So, therefore, she ain't inviting Porsha. But inviting Dennis just looks kind of weird to me. That's all I'm saying. But then we move on to K. Michelle. K. Michelle is talking to her son, Chase, over FaceTime. He's now 21 years old. Now, for those of us that's been following Kay since the very beginning, we have been hearing about Chase for so long, and we have seen Chase on her spinoff show at least once or twice. And the thing is with Chase, it's just amazing how we've watched him grow up. Like, I remember when before K Michelle was on Love and Hip Hop, she had a song called How Many Times that came out in 2011. And she was in a song, she was like, and how many times should my son see my tears? Only 7 years old. So he was 7 back then. And now he's 21. And, she was on the phone, bragging on her son and, about how he just graduated from college, got him a little corporate job. He's living in DC and all that other good stuff. And I felt like that was a good scene for K. Michelle, because people have always wondered about her relationship with her son and all of those different things. And for me, I really do respect the fact that K. Michelle did not want her son to be on Love and Hip Hop. That isn't a place for you to put a child. It's just not a place for you to do that. It's not a place for you to put a child on. It's not a place for you to do any of that. So I feel like when it all boils down to it, I just think that when it comes down to it, I like the fact that I just repeated myself just twice. I hate that. I'm sorry, y'all. But it's just that I enjoy seeing it. That's a different side of K. Michelle. Because honestly, watching this show, it's just like after this show, watching this show, it's not showing her in the best light and it's not doing her any favors. So I like seeing scenes like this, because when she's with the women, she seems, bored of them. She don't want to be around them. It's negative Nancy energy. Like, that's what it's given when we're watching her on the show. But to see her with her son was a great exit from all of that. Because listen, I don't give a fuck how much I like a person. If it ain't working, it just ain't working. And if I see something that ain't good, then it ain't good. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, for me, That's just what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So I enjoyed that little FaceTime call with K Michelle and Chase. You know what I'm saying? And all that shit. So shout out to K Michelle and Chase, and shout out to K Michelle for showing her son. Shout out. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get into the next scene. So the next scene that we got is Gerald's surprise party. They all got on their best African gear, right? Pinky couldn't make it because she had another seminar that's going on, and Shamia says that she only invited the girls that she invited because she wants good energy. She invited Cynthia, she invited Kay, she invited Kelly, she invited Phaedra. She didn't invite Angela, Porsha, or Angela because she don't get along with them. And to be honest, I wouldn't have invited them either. And to top it all off, why would she invite Angela anyway? And Angela saying that she fucking around on her husband. I wouldn't have invited Angela, LaToya Jackson looking ass to my husband shit either. So that's just me being real. I wouldn't have invited her ass either. So then Kelly started crying and she started talking about how their couple goes. See, this is where you get fucked up at. This is where you get fucked up at. Stop calling these motherfuckers your couple goals. Stop doing that shit. Stop calling these folks your motherfucking couple goals, okay? Like, let's stop doing that. Only because of the fact that you don't know what these folks be going through. Like, people be taking these little photos and stuff, these matching pajamas and shit, and we get so enthralled into all of those different things, and we be thinking that their relationship is perfect. And listen, I'm not judging anybody who has a couple goal. If you want to have couple goals, then that's your motherfucking business. But for me, I don't even like that couple goals shit. And on top of that, it's just for me, I like imperfection. Like, I don't really want nothing, nothing perfect anyway. But it was just weird to see her ass sitting up here crying. Like, girl, what the fuck is you crying about? Why is you crying? Like, I didn't understand that. Were you drunk? Because why are you crying? And Kay, what the fuck is wrong with you for sitting in your confessional talking about the fact that you say you want to have sex with Kelly, Shamia, and Gerald and your husband? What type of shitty girl? What's wrong with you? The elevator don't go all the way up. But we know this about you. The elevator don't go all the way up. But girl, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is wrong with you? I was so confused. What the fuck is wrong with you, girl? You want to fuck all of them? Is that what you meant by cause they think I love them, but I love them all, yeah. Is that what you're talking about? Cause girl, what the fuck is wrong with you, girl? Baby, I clutched my chain. I clutched it. Cause what the fuck is wrong with you, girl? Like, but girl, listen, okay. Do you, girl? Do whatever works for you. Okay, like do whatever works for you, child. Whatever. So Shamia was telling the girls about her meeting with Angela, right? And she was calling her Bigfoot, and then Cynthia was telling Shamia not to call Angela Bigfoot. But here's my thing, right? So why are we trying to constantly police Shamia and what she's saying, but nobody's policing Angela in the shit that she's saying? Did nobody tell Angela to shut the fuck up when she was sitting up here saying that this girl fucking around on her husband? Nobody told her to shut up, but because she calling her Bigfoot, it's a damn problem. And another thing too, it's crazy how we got all these motherfucking double standards and shit, but it's absolutely fine for Angela to remix this damn lapdog joke over and over and over again. But as soon as Shamia called this lady Bigfoot, oh my gosh, Shamia's so corny. So you don't think that the constant lapdog jokes is fucking corny? Because you're gonna have to find another way to call her damn follower, because it's all lapdog and lapdog with lipstick and all this other shit. That's motherfucking annoying. That's annoying as a motherfucker. Like, that's getting lame as well. So why is it that we are always trying to tell Shamia what she can and can't say when Angela can say whatever the fuck she want to say about Shamia? That's some bullshit. I'm sorry. And to be honest, I'm glad that Shamia didn't change her fucking tone. And I'm sorry, Cynthia. I like you, but girl, fuck that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Okay, I don't care. Y'all always sit there and trying to sit here and always sit there and try to police certain people, but y'all don't police the people that you hanging around with. If you're not gonna police Angela and the shit that she say, then don't police Shamia for calling her Bigfoot, because she's only calling her Bigfoot. It ain't like she out here saying that she fucking around on her husband like Angela doing her. I'm just saying that. I'm sorry, y'all, but that irked my damn soul. Don't try to correct me and police me, but you ain't policing other motherfuckers. Like, I'm just saying. And then K Michelle was trying to tell Shamia that maybe is there a way for you and Angela to possibly get along and do whatever? And Shamia was like, Angela. To be honest, I don't blame Shamia. Fuck Angela. It would be fuck Angela for me too. Fuck Angela, because the fuck I look like making amends and making peace with this motherfucker for anyway. She already said I was fucking around on my husband. What more do we need to even discuss? It ain't nothing else to talk about. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, no. Like, If I was Shamia, I wouldn't dare make amends with Angela, because Angela don't want to make amends with Shamia no way. She don't want to. She wants to constantly keep on going at Shamia. That's what she wants. That's what she want to do. And that's just that. Let me see. Cynthia thinks her word is Bible. Like, girl. I'm not gonna play these double standards games. I'm not doing that at all. Let me pull out my notes again. I'm sorry. So I think that's it from the African party. I mean, I'm glad they showed it, but then again, I don't really care about them showing it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You know, whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and get into Porsha. She meets with the word on the street, which is Giselle. And they talk about, as soon as she sit down, it just seems like Giselle already got her points of reference of the things that she wants to talk about on this damn show. She already know what she want to go into and all that other stuff. One thing about Giselle is this. I don't like Giselle, but she knows how to make reality TV, and she knows exactly how to get down with the get down. She don't pull no punches. As soon as she get in the scene, she already know where she want to go and what she want to talk about. So it is what it is. Now, with me being on web reality, she ain't the type of person that I want to study. You might leave that for JT. But other than that, if you want to be a reality villain, Giselle just might be the person that you might want to study if you want to be a reality villain. Giselle or Kenya. You feel what I'm saying? Just a little bit, okay? Now, then after they ask about that, Giselle, Porsha said that she was in court with Simon for 15 hours. Bitch, 15 hours. 15 hours in court. Baby, when I had me an assault charge, being in court for 2 hours was too much for me. 15? 15? Ooh. Yeah. 15. Jesus, what the fuck? That's a whole damn work shift for certain people. Certain people work for 15. That's a work shift with overtime for certain people. 15 hours in court, baby. No ma'am. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. In the words of Chris Brown, ain't no way. No ma'am. No ma'am. Oh, the Lord Jesus, that make my head hurt. I do not like sitting nowhere for 15 hours. No ma'am. Giselle then asked about where she's at with Shamia. And Porsha pretty much is saying, like, she really don't want no drama with Shamia. She don't feel no type of way about Shamia not inviting her to her husband's party, because that is her house and she just wasn't invited. And at this point, she really doesn't really want to fight with Shamia. She just wants it to be copacetic. She really doesn't want to make things awkward. And to be honest, I mean, as much as I don't really care for Porsha, I understand that, because you know, when you've been friends with somebody for years and stuff, then y'all got to work together on this show. It's a whole lot of stuff that goes into it. You feel what I'm saying? And my thing is, I just feel as though I don't think y'all need to do that. You know, I know that we're on a show and y'all got to work together and be around each other, but I just personally wouldn't want them to dead the friendship, that the little friendship that they do got for this show. I mean, she said, I might not want to be her best friend right now. And when she said right now, it seemed as though there was like some type of hope for them to make amends. But I just feel like with friendships, it just depends on where the argument goes. Because, you know, when you're arguing with people, you say things that you don't mean sometimes. Like you say things that you don't mean, right? But, you know, with them, the mamas came into play. And one thing about it, when your mamas don't get along, it does kind of create this thing. But what I can say, and I've been there before, what I can say is that one of my dear friends named Woogie, his mama, my mama were best friends. They raised us like brothers. He's like a little brother to me. And our moms ain't been friends in over 16 years. And we didn't give a fuck about them not having we did not give a fuck about them not talking. We never gave a fuck about them not talking. We never discussed the fact that our mothers no longer speak. Our relationship is what mattered. Okay, that's what it is. Our relationship is what mattered. So we still remain friends. That's still like that's my little brother for real, like all day. I think I'm like 5 or 6 years older than him. So it's like, for me, that's little bro, I'm big bro. Our mamas don't fuck with each other, that is fine. But what we gonna do is this: we gonna respect each other's mamas, even though our mamas don't fuck with each other. When I see your mama, I'm gonna speak to her, I'm gonna give her a hug, and I'm gonna keep it pushing. When you see my mama, you gonna speak to her, give her a hug, and keep it pushing. That is how we manifest our relationship. Hell, he was one of the people that met Bando when we went to Mississippi a couple of weeks ago. So that means that he is a big part of my life and an important figure in my life. So with Shamia and Porsha, I don't know if they're able to do that though, because once your mother did something egregious to my mama, it's like, oh, wait a minute, we going to terrible territory here. What we doing? You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know, but it is difficult. And even though I feel my ways about Shamia and Porsha's friendship, it is sad that they were very close at one point in time. And that, you know, it's kind of like we were friends for all them years, and then now we can't even stomach each other like that. That's kind of crazy. You feel what I'm saying? But, you know, I do appreciate the approach. But I think that with them being on this show, it opened up wounds, which is, I knew that was going to happen once they got on this show. Like, there's no cameras involved. There's no fans involved. So we can maneuver through this relationship. But now that the cameras are involved and the fans are involved, now extra mouths are on y'all business. So it's kind of hard to keep that intact. And then you got y'all mamas pecking at the relationship. So it makes it worse. So I just feel like if y'all would keep other people out of y'all relationship, y'all will be fine. And when I say keep other people out, including the mamas, am I wrong or am I right? Okay. But anyway, let's continue to move forward. Shit, my back scratching. So let's get into the Edgewood casting call. There's people outside in line waiting, and Drew walks right on in, and then she sees Shamia there, and she says, "Are you auditioning?" And Shamia was like, "Yeah, I'm auditioning. Are you auditioning?" She was like, "I'm not here to audition. I'm here to support." So then she goes in there, talks to Pinky, and basically lets Pinky know that Pinky thinking that she's about to audition, and Drew basically saying she doesn't audition. And then it's kind of like, okay. So then she says that she's not here to audition. She just came to support. Y'all, Drew is full of shit. Now, listen. While she has a point about Pinky and the way that Pinky handled business with this whole script shit, she got a point. But why drive a whole hour only to not audition? This be the petty ass, passive aggressive ass bullshit that I be talking about with Drew. Why even come? It felt like you wanted a moment and you wanted to make a moment for TV, and you did that. You did that. You you made a moment, as you should. You made a moment, but it's like, why even come? Why even come then if you know that you're not going to audition? What's the point of you even bringing your ass here? You had no intention on auditioning, but you came here for some bullshit. It's what you came here for. So it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? But in the same breath, Drew had a point. So the only thing that I don't agree with is her showing up to the audition knowing that she's not going to audition. But everything else that she was saying, I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with what the fuck she was saying, because from the way that she explained it, Pinky wasn't on her P's and Q's when it came down to this audition. And it did seem like it was very last minute. But girl, you just showed up for a moment. Like, fuck out of here. But that be that bullshit that Drew does that I don't like. And then she act like she don't understand why a person feeling the way about her. Shamia auditions, and I guess it was all right. We move on to the next, or whatever, next scene. So we're out in the country at K. Michelle's house, right? And she's giving Phaedra a Southern trial or whatever. And so she says that the pie that Phaedra gave her is only going to determine what type of woman she is. She gave her a pecan pie, and she said that means that Phaedra is a nut, and she with it. Well, K. Michelle, you would know about being a nut. Because Lil Kim said a couple of years back that she was a trail mix. That's just a whole nother ball game. Anyway, anyhow, she's talking about, Phaedra congratulates Kay on being a newlywed. And Kay says that she doesn't feel like she's a newlywed and all of those different things because she's been with this man for years. And Phaedra suggests that Kay makes a vision board. And so that is when she talks about wanting to have a baby with Caston. And I think that, and this is just me being honest, I feel like Kay is having a baby for the wrong reasons. Because I've heard her talk about this a million times already. But here's my thing. I think that because she spent a lot of time when Chase was growing up, she spent a lot of time working and being on the road, providing for him, that she missed a whole lot of stuff with him. And now that she's kind of slowed down at this point, she wants to have a baby to right her wrongs and correct her mistakes that she made with Chase. And I guess I understand, but that's not a good enough reason to really have another kid. Like, don't have a kid to correct mistakes, because a kid is not a math test where you can go back and correct your mistakes if it's wrong. It's different. And I don't think that you should do that. And on top of that, your body is in enough strife in the first place, because you got to constantly keep having surgery after surgery after surgery when it comes down to your health and your body. A baby should be the last thing on your damn mind. And I get that Caston wants a child of his own and all that other shit, but he already knew what he was dealing with when he got with you. So if he can't handle that, then that's it. I don't think you need to put yourself through any more trauma, put your body through any more trauma than you need to. That's how I feel about the situation. So I don't think you should do that. But who am I to tell a woman what to do with her body? You feel what I'm saying? So where we at here? So Drew is singing the national anthem, and Kay says that she's not coming to the event. Phaedra says that Phaedra tries to convince K. Michelle to come and support Drew and things like that. Now, here's my thing. Even though she doesn't have a real reason not to like Drew, right? I don't understand why anybody would think that she would go to this damn event, because she don't like Drew. For nothing, might I add. But she don't like Drew, so she's not coming. And Phaedra knew what the fuck she was doing in that scene, because she talked about she don't know why Porsha wasn't invited to Shamia's husband's birthday. Girl, you know why she wasn't invited. But I will say that I did enjoy this scene with K. Michelle and Phaedra, but the shit that she's doing with Phaedra in this scene, like being funny, being just a little bit shady, that's what we wanted to see. I didn't want to see this paranoid person that she's been giving us all season. Like, that's not the Kay that I enjoy. I enjoy Kay on Love and Hip Hop. for all of her antics, from the IV fight to the damn flowers to the throwing of the candles. I enjoyed all that shit, as ratchet as it would. That's the K that I like. Okay, that's the K that I wanted to see. Not necessarily her throwing candles and flowers at people, but that's just what it is. So that's the type of shit I need for her to do. But she's kind of fucked it up for herself early on, so it's kind of hard to come back from that. But this was a pretty decent scene with K Michelle and Phaedra. So let's move on. So let's get into Drew. She's singing for Rich Homie Quan. You know, she's singing the national anthem, and Shamia and Pinky arrive, as well as Kelly and Porsha. While Kelly and Porsha are sitting there, Kelly and Porsha speaks to each other cordially. They both speak to one another, and that's it. Drew sings, and she sounds absolutely amazing. That's one thing that you can't take away from Drew. Now, we can talk all day about how she's not that big of an actress, because she ain't. And we can talk about how her music career ain't that huge, because it's not. But the girl is talented. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the girl is motherfucking talented, and she was singing her ass off. I almost got a fake tear come out of my eyes when she was singing. You feel what I'm saying? But that's pretty much the gist of that. So as she's singing, K Michelle arrives, and she's sitting in the car. She calls Phaedra to see if she's there, and Phaedra not even there. So then she didn't want to get out the car, but in the same breath, she says that she knew Rich Homie Quan's family. So in my opinion, whether Drew was there or not, if you know the family, that's more reason for you to get your ass out the car and mix and mingle with the motherfucking family. Who cares if Drew there? You don't like Drew? Okay, you know the family, right? And you like the family. Get your ass up in there and support the family. That's it. But instead, when you walked up and you spoke to the girls, and then you and Drew hugged each other, and Drew, thank you for coming, and you say, well, I'm here for the family. I'm not here for you, but I'm glad that we're all here. That was unnecessary. That was nasty. And that was like atrocious. That was really no need for you to even be doing all that, K Michelle. No reason at all. You did the absolute motherfucking most from the moment you got there. You were sitting in the car. You didn't even want to get out. Then you say that you know the family, and it shows that you do know the family. Then when you go over there and talk to Drew, you say, well, I'm not here for you. I'm here for the family. No, you wasn't really here for the family either, because you didn't even want to be there. So, girl, come on now, please. You're doing way too much. That was just nasty, rude, and unnecessary. Like, no. That was garbage. You shouldn't even did that. Like, that girl ain't did nothing to you. She ain't did nothing to you, Kay. Not nothing. And it just make you look like it just comes across. It just make you look like you're completely bothered, impressed for no reason. What is the point? Like, I just didn't understand that. Like, that really threw me the fuck off. Like, why would you even do that? And if you was gonna have that kind of attitude, you could have stayed your ass in the car. If you was gonna have that fucking attitude, you could have set your ass in a car or not showed up at all. That was ridiculous and unnecessary and unfucking warranted. It just was. So after that, Shamia says she's hungry and they want to go to the Blackjack. So it's K Michelle, Shamia, and Drew. They meet up. Drew thanks K for coming. And K Michelle was like, well, I don't really want to go nowhere where I'm unwanted. And then that's in places where I'm not supposed to be. Drew is confused by this comment. And then Shamia says, well, you did say she doesn't fit in this group. And so, that's when Drew starts saying, well, I'm not understanding adjectives or whatever she's saying or whatever. So Shamia was like, she told Drew that she did good. And then she was like, hey, do you want to see the performance? And then K Michelle was like, no, I'm good. And so as Drew is sitting there trying to talk to K, she says, what exactly did I do to piss you off? What did I say that offended you? Kay says, you said a lot of things, Drew. And Drew says, well, you need to speak up for yourself. Now, in that moment, I would say this. While Kay is fucking annoying in this moment and got this imaginary issue with Drew that doesn't even live, Drew was being fucking condescending at that table. To be honest, she was condescending as fuck at that table. And to be honest, it would have pissed me off if I was sitting at that table. And I probably would have got the fuck up too to keep myself from knocking her ass into that damn brick wall. Okay? She was condescending as fuck. Okay? But in the same breath, K. Michelle is being passive aggressive as fuck. So it's kind of like the girl sitting up here asking you, what is your problem with her? And you're not even opening up your mouth to tell her what the fuck is your problem. She's asking you head on, and you're not saying anything. All you saying is you said a lot. The girl don't know what she said or what she did. Because the thing of the matter is, she didn't say shit or do anything to you. She didn't do nothing to you. That's why you can't tell her what the fuck she said that pissed you off. It is what it is. So, like, girl, please. I will say that both her and Drew annoyed me in this scene. Like, Kay annoyed me for being passive aggressive, and Drew annoyed me with this condescending ass energy that she gave. I cannot stand for somebody to be condescending to me, but I also can't stand for somebody to be passive aggressive with me and not tell me what the fuck their issue is with me. So, to be honest, there was no winner with this for me because they both got on my motherfucking nerves. Just like I feel like Drew was condescending as fuck, K. Michelle was passive aggressive as fuck because she was asking her what the fuck, the girl asking you what your problem is, and you can't even tell her what the fuck your problem is, but you can't tell her because you ain't got no motherfucking problem. So then Kay gets up and she leaves. So then Drew says that Shamia needs to hold K. Michelle accountable, and they start going back and forth, and Shamia starts saying that, well, you were mentioning her name with Black. That is not the truth, Shamia. That's not true. If anybody was mentioning Kay's name with Black, it was Kay mentioning her own name with Black. We're not going to sit up here and act like Drew kept on putting it out there. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I just felt like this. Drew didn't do that. Kay did that. She the one who brought up Black first in the first place. She brought him up in the scene with Porsha and Kelly. She the one who said Black was in her DMs. So that's how I feel. You feel what I'm saying? So that shit irked me. And then Drew starts going in and doing all that name calling with Shamia. And that's another thing too with Drew. Now, although Shamia was basically piggybacking off what Kay said, I don't think that Drew should have called her out of her name like that. Because here you go with the lapdog shit. Y'all sitting up here trying to get along, and here you go calling her names because she's not on the side that you're supposed to be on. It's all childish. This whole scene was so irritating. It was childish as fuck. Number one, Kay not telling this girl what her issue is. Number two, Drew and her condescension. And then Shamia just piggybacking off somebody else's point. This whole damn scene got on my damn nerves. And then with them singing the Star Spangled Banner at the end of the scene, that just threw me. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? But anyhow, good episode, I must say. Very, very, very good episode. I'm still enjoying the season for what it's giving me. Okay, period. And I'm enjoying doing this, doing these reviews. I really am. But you guys, this is it, and that is all. Before we get up out of here, be sure to support my bestie, Sammy. He has a t-shirt line on Etsy, and it's called the 1T Shop. Make sure you guys shop exclusively on Etsy at the 1T Shop. Etsy.com. Be sure to support him. Also, be sure to support me and pick up my book, That's Why You're Lonely, which is available on Kindle and Amazon. Okay, make sure you guys go and pick it up, y'all. And me, Nikki, and DJ may be doing the Sex, Love, and Pain panel and my members only sometime this week. So be on the lookout for it, y'all. All right. So with that being said, you guys, that's pretty much it, and that is all. Be sure to, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I will see you guys on the next one, y'all. Take care, and I love you guys. Bye.